What's up, guys? Welcome back to another DIY tutorial, and today I'll be teaching you how to make this Suzette off the shoulder top. If you are new here on my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the post notification bell. Follow me on Instagram, and yes, let's get right into the video. So for this project, I used the milk cotton yarn, which is 100% cotton, and I used the 3.0mm hook. I got this hook set from AliExpress, and I'll be leaving a link to a video I made on how I get my crochet hooks and yarn. So next, you also need a pair of scissors and a tape measure, and it's very important. What you're going to do is to make a slip knot, and this is how I make my slip knot. It's very easy. You make it as if you are tying a rope, and you leave a space in which you are going to insert your hook. And after inserting your hook, you grip it up, make it a little bit tight, and you are going to chain. So what you're going to do is the stretchy elastic band we saw from the beginning of the project, which constitutes the base. So next we are going to go into the next space, put a single crochet into each space downwards. So a single crochet is, go ahead, insert your hook into the space, pull through, it becomes 2 on the hook, you pull through all 2 loops, insert the hook into the space, pull through, it becomes 2 on the hook, insert through 2 loops. So this is a basic single crochet in case you are very beginner and you don't know how to make it. So make sure you put 1 single crochet in each space till you get to the very last space. And yeah, this is what you're supposed to have after single crocheting for 1 row. So next you are going to prepare to make the next row. You chain up 1, you turn over your work, and this is going to be the next row. Make sure you locate the back loop. We have the front loop over here and we have the back loop. Make sure you locate the very back loop and put a single crochet in the back loop in the very first space. This is another back loop. Insert your hook, make a single crochet in the back loop. So make sure you target and get the back loop, or else you're not going to get the stretchy effect from what you saw in the beginning of the video. So make sure you get the back loop right, and make sure you single crochet all the way to the very last space as I'm demonstrating to you clearly. So next we are going to turn over your work, chain up 1. We are going to repeat as I showed you from the beginning of the video by locating the back loop only as seen. We have the front and we have the back loop. This time we are going to repeat your single crochet in each back loop space till you get to the very last stitch, and you are going to repeat this for several rows as you measured for your waist area. So make sure you make this stitch as long as you want for it to be long enough to cover your waist area. Do this and I'll meet you at the end. So guys, this is what I got after repeating for as long as it covered for my waist area. So I left a little bit space though, so that I can make a crisscross design at the back, and you can see the stretchy effect already. But this is not the end, this is just the beginning. And what you're going to do is to clean up the base for the Suzette stitch. So to clean up the base, you are going to chain 1 and single crochet along the edges of the strappy elastic band, and we are going to put regular single crochets until you get to the very last space. So go ahead and single crochet. So after single crocheting till the very end, we are going to chain 1 and put 1 single crochet in each space. We are repeating in the very first row again. And yes, we are getting ready to make the complicated part of the top. So go ahead, single crochet to the end and make sure you put 1 single crochet. This is what you are supposed to have after making 2 rows of single crochets, and we are going to make the Suzette stitch. So next we are going to chain 2, yarn over, insert the hook into the next space, double crochet into that space, put a single crochet into the same space, and yes, we are going to put a double crochet, skip this space, go into the next space, double crochet, and then put a single crochet in the same space. Repeat again, skip 1 space, double crochet into the next space, single crochet into the same space again, and you are basically creating the Suzette stitch. So this is how it's going to be, and you don't have a clue of what is happening, but you'll be cool very soon. So repeat this till the end of the row. I'm going to basically double crochet into the next space, skip 1 space, double crochet into that next space, and single crochet in the same space as seen. So we are going to repeat this Suzette stitch, and it's quite easy if you get this row and the next row. So do this till you get to the end of the row, and I will meet you. So then I want to give you a demonstration of what to do at the end. Skip this space, double crochet into the space after, and inside this space put a single crochet there, and this time there's 1 space left, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to put a regular single crochet, and we are done with the first row of the Suzette stitch, and the second row is going to be repetitive till you get to the length that you want. So next, chain 2 and repeat the Suzette stitch. This time I'm going to locate in between the double crochet and the single crochet we created. So that is in between the double crochet and the single crochet we created from the previous. So we are going to double crochet and single crochet in that same space, skip, and then locate in between, double crochet, single crochet in the same space, in between, double crochet and single crochet in the same space. So you realize that that hole is a little bit bigger than the regular one, so look for a quite open row and repeat your Suzette stitch until you get to the very end of the row. So this is very repetitive, and we are going to repeat this second row of Suzette stitch till you are satisfied with the length of the top. You can make it croppy or more long depending on what you want. Hooray guys, I made this several repetitive rows of Suzette stitch as long as I wanted, and I wanted a copy, so I didn't want to continue. So yes, I'm going to teach you how I made the rest. So after doing this, I chained up 4 and I double crocheted into the next space. I chained up 1, skip a space, and then double crocheted into the next space as seen. So you are basically creating some hole in which you'll be connecting the straps to make the corset design at the back from the beginning of the video. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet until you get to the end. So then guys, we are almost at the end, and I placed my last double crochet, and what I'm going to do is to chain 1 and single crochet along the edges of what we created, and we are going to do the exact same mesh stitch on the other side so that it becomes similar. So do this by single crocheting to the end, and we are going to repeat the mesh stitch, which is the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet on the other side with a single crochet row on top. So do this and I'll meet you. So then guys, after repeating it for the other side also, this is what you are supposed to have, and you can leave it like this and make a simple tube top if you want. But if you want to learn how to make the ruffle off shoulder, keep watching. So yeah, this is the textured tube top. We are going to go ahead and make the ruffle, and to make the ruffle you are going to take your tape measure 6.5 inches off, and I always misplace inches with centimeters. Guys, forgive me, this time I got it right. So you are going to mark it with a stitch marker or a piece of yarn. I marked mine with a piece of yarn. I ran out of stitch markers, so I'm going to do the same for the other side as well, marking off 6 centimeters, 6.5 inches off, and I marked that place as well, and I'm going to work on it. So next I just continue to chain up 50 to make the hand or shoulder aspect. So after chaining up 50, what I'm going to do is to connect to where I marked from. Yes, so I just connected with a single crochet where I marked, and I use the top loop, the upper loop. So connect your upper loop so that you get this foldy effect. So I went ahead and I did this by single crocheting in the upper loop, and you are going to single crochet until you get to where you marked again, and you are going to chain up 50 and connect to the end. So go ahead and do this. So I chained 50 as usual, and I'm going to show you how I connected with a single crochet, and this is what you're supposed to have. So single crochet, and to make it more secured I slip stitch to go ahead and work on the ruffle effect for the of the shoulder top, and it's forming out nicely already. So then I slip stitched once again to begin the row. So go ahead, slip stitch, and what you are going to do is to create the Suzette stitch. Basically, go ahead, chain up 3, double crochet in the next space, single crochet in the same space as seen. And you are going to have this basically. Go ahead, skip one space, double crochet in the next space, and single crochet in the same space. You are basically creating the Suzette stitch for this whole row until you get to the end of the row. So just double crochet, single crochet in the same space, skip one space, double crochet, single crochet in the same space till the end of the row, and I'll meet you at the end. So guys, we are at the end and I'm done with my Suzette row, and this time I'm going to make an increase. So you are going to go ahead, chain up to locate in between, double crochet again, single crochet in the same space. This time I'm going to double crochet in the same space once again and single crochet in the same space. We are increasing the Suzette stitch to make a ruffle effect. So next we are going to go ahead into that hole, that big space in between the double crochet and single crochet, put a double crochet in that space and a single crochet once again, and a double crochet once again, and a single crochet again in the same space. So this is repetitive till the end. We are making a ruffle effect with the Suzette stitch. So go ahead and repeat this again in that space. Make sure you identify the space so that you don't have any issues, and if you are seeing this vivid clearly, you will not be you will not have issues with this. So go ahead and make this row of ruffles till you get to the end, and I'll meet you. So then guys, this is how the ruffle came out, and we are going to continue with regular rows this time without increasing. So to make the regular rows, at the end, chain 2, double crochet into the in between the single and double crochet, and single crochet in the same space, locate the next space once again, double crochet, single crochet. So locate the next space, double crochet, single crochet in the same space, no increase. You are doing regular rows for the number of times you want. The more longer the ruffle is, the more pretty the project comes out to be. So go ahead and repeat this regular row. I repeated mine for as long as 5 or 6 more rows, and yes, I don't want to be so technical with this. Just make sure you do it to suit how you want. So just repeat this Suzette stitch for as long as you want. So guys, this is the final project, and the off shoulder top is done. So this is the strappy effect and the texture of shoulder design, and yes, this is very nice, and you can enhance your edging. And this is the back view. I made long straps to make the crisscross corset design, and yes, this is a DIY, so you can add anything or subtract anything to your preference, and I just love the outcome. Don't forget to subscribe and also hit the post notification.